Wait for it. Hey there. How's it going?
Hello, how are you?
Good, good, good. This is Ska Talk with Mr. Kingpin. And today we have a very special guest with us. We have Nina Cole from Ska Fitness.
Hello, everyone watching and tuned in. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for coming to this show. Uh, I really appreciate it. I've been checking your videos out for actually quite some time. And I'm going to start. I'm on a new fitness kick.
Yes,
So I've already lost like 10 pounds.
awesome.
So I need to add Ska Fitness to my regimen now.
It's a good thing to do. It's fun.
So uh, Nina and I, first of all, are just going to do a little rundown on what is going on around the scene this week that I saw. So we'll just make it real quick. In the news, Supernova International Ska Festival has announced that the Slackers are going to be playing not one, but two nights at Supernova. So they will be playing Saturday and Sunday. That's pretty awesome. Um, I am actually fortunate because when they come to Texas, they usually play in Austin, which is it's not too bad of a drive from Dallas, and they do like a 3 night thing.
Oh,
Like
wow.
yeah, and it's packed all 3 nights. So you guys, even more reason to start making your plans for Supernova International Ska Festival. The link is in the comments. I just added. It's running September 17th to the 19th. And so they're playing that Saturday and the Sunday. Tickets are only $30 per day and only $100 for all 3 days. And it's like top notch bands like Epcat, Blackers. We got Bucko 9. We got a huge lineup. And with a added third day on Friday. So check that out. In other news, Joystick, who we interviewed last week, uh, they just released the new album, just came out today. I Can't Take It Anymore. So it's out now on Stomp and Bad Time Records. And let me send you guys a link to that. You can check it out on Joystick's Bandcamp. Really good. Pretty good. Some new tone ska.
Oh. I think it was the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, that's there's controversy right now
New tone, Scott. I'm
about
writing that.
there's some people are talking about the fact that other people are using that term now, and it's hilarious to read. Cool. And then we got two other things. Happy People Records. They are looking for female bands and singers because they are announcing the next Rudy's All Around compilation, which is volume 3, and it's set to be an all female affair. So they're looking for female fronted ska, rocksteady, reggae, and two tone inspired bands to include. So if you're out there, and I know there's lots of great female fronted ska, especially in the last few years, I've seen a lot of great bands popping up. Then you got to email them at their. They have an email address. I just posted the link to that in there. Just go to that post from Happy People Records, and you can see the email address. Last thing here is a long in the making book, Ska and Oral History. So we got musician and podcaster and author Mark Wasserman, and his debut book is an exhaustive, extensive tale of the pioneers of the American ska and reggae movement as told by the people who lived it. So pre-orders just started. There's a pre-order link for the book now. Ah, copy, paste, multitasking.
It's a good thing.
So it's Ska Boom and American Ska and Reggae Oral History. And it's going to be available in July, but people who do the pre order will get theirs first. I mean, check that cover out with the
Yeah.
Untouchables.
It'll be on my bookshelf soon. Gonna get my pre-order in.
Yes, me too. All right, so that's what was in the news this week that I noticed. Um, if you guys have anything else that you guys know of or anything you want to share, please feel free to put it in the comments for everybody to see. And everybody can click on the comments after the show's done. All right. So let's talk some Ska Fitness. I'm ready. I got my treadmill back here.
All right.
I ate a salad for dinner.
Nice.
So I am ready to talk about some Ska Fitness. So the first thing we want to know is, when did you start doing this?
So I started Ska Fitness in the early days of the pandemic as, a way to kind of channel creative and anxious energies. There was so much uncertainty. And the gym I was working for at the time, of course, they had to close their doors. We hadn't yet transitioned into the Zoom world. So I thought this is something that had been on my mind for a while, and I just never had the time. I'm a fitness instructor. I have been for 7 years. And I've taught Zumba. I teach a variety of group fitness classes, boot camp. I've taught different populations. And I've just never had the time to do my own thing. So this was something that had been circulating for a while. And it finally seemed like an opportunity to get folks moving from the comfort of their own homes and all set to the music that I love. So March of 2020 is when Ska Fitness officially got off the ground and onto YouTube.
Oh wow. So we just hit your year.
Yes.
And if you guys go to her YouTube page, she actually celebrated her year anniversary with a special playlist, I believe.
Yes. So everyone gets to celebrate.
And so I guess, well, it's the music you love. Did you have any other options you were thinking of, or you just were already, you had this idea to marry the fitness class with the ska music?
So I have, if you go back through my back catalog of YouTube videos, I did a few to 1960s garage rock as well. My DJ partner, Anne, call me Animal, and we had talked previously about doing like a go-go dance fitness routines, and that never materialized. So I had like done a few go-go dance 60s style videos as well, but Ska Fitness was really the main thing and the thing that kept going. I also do reggae videos too, so rock city and reggae get in there as well. But this is the meat of it, the meat of Ska.
And we saw a great example of that at the top. We played a video to give everybody a taste of how it works. So, how do you come up with these routines? Because you got it looks like you got all the classic ska moves in there, right?
Yeah, sure. So I have a variety of routines. Some are more dance fitness style, which adapt the 1960s Jamaican ska moves. So, we do the ska. We do a lot of that. We do the hand swing. We do the row. We do a lot of riding. That's one of my favorites. So a lot of that is adapted to a fitness context.
Yep.
And I also do a lot of more muscular endurance type of routine. So things you might see if you go to a typical, boot camp or strength training class, squats, lunges. So it's a mixture. And hopefully there's something for everybody. But coming up with the routines, it's part thinking about the rhythm and the structure. So in typical fitness classes, everything's the 32 count. with a lot of Jamaican ska music, it's not necessarily that way. So I have to pay attention to changes. But listening to tempo, breaking down the song structure, and then letting my mind kind of run wild, what would fit, what works. And it's a lot of fun creating routines to the music I love.
So do you actually like practice these ahead of time and get it down?
Yes.
So
Oh my,
you're not making anything up on the fly during the song, like you have the whole thing mapped out already?
have it all mapped out. The initial videos, they were less structured. They still went along to the count of the music, but there weren't as highly choreographed. Although I did start with the dance routines pretty early on. But yes, it's all structured in advance. No on the fly just yet.
Wow. That's a lot to remember.
Yes. So that's why usually in the live classes, I started live classes on Zoom this year. And those I've have a set playlist. I switch out songs here and there, but since I have such a large catalog now, I really have to go back and re-remember what I created because I'm not doing each of these every day. So
Gotcha. Wow. Yeah, I mean, between being in front of the camera with the anxiety of being recording or going live, I don't know if I would remember all the moves, but that's awesome. It looks really fun. I like the one I was watching. I like this one that goes up, and there's a lot of the side swing. I love the side swing. So yeah, we got some people out here talking. LX Ramirez is saying hello, Nina.
oh, awesome. Thanks for tuning in.
And Joystick, who we talked about earlier, they jumped in. They said it's definitely got me off the couch and moving. So
That's
Duck from Joystick said him and his wife actually had been doing it.
oh,
Um, so that's pretty cool. We got some other Bobby Rubin. I know he's a fitness buff. Uh,
yes.
he said, "Hey Nina, hey John, and Ray Vargas. What's up, Ray?"
Hello.
So now let's see here. So this is obviously you started this during the pandemic, so it's been online. Do you have as things get safer and time moves on? Is this something that you think you're gonna carry over into a live setting?
I would love to. Um, I think where I currently live now, Davis, it likely might not get that much traction. It is a niche kind of music, ska music. If you go to a typical gym, it's not going to be what you're hearing over the speakers. But I would love to do live classes, whether that's, over in Sacramento, which is not so far away. I hope to move back to Los Angeles in the not so distant future. So I think there would be opportunities to do that as well. The gym I currently teach at, I don't know if they'd be open to, bringing a little bit of Jamaican oldies into their repertoire of classes.
You just don't tell them. That's you just do start with the salsa music, and then you just pop in a rock
Yeah,
steady tune right in the middle.
there you go. Surprise them. But I think it would do well. I could also see this working, before a DJ night or a club. It's like when they're
Yeah.
nights, they often have salsa lessons before the club night starts. So I could see like a little ska fitness tour. Why not?
Right. And that would actually work out pretty good when you're doing your DJ set. But we'll get into that later. So that's pretty cool. I think definitely if you were back in LA, um, that that could totally be a thing.
I
I
hope.
yeah, I totally see that working, especially like a pre-show thing. It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. So if folks are interested, let me know. Like, would you come to a live ska fitness class in the future?
I think Supernova International Ska Festival might need a ska dancing warm up routine
That
before
would
each show every day.
I would love that. That would be awesome. The
just
festival
just putting it out there. Putting it out there.
manifest.
So, how do you pick the music?
So the music, a lot of it is just songs that I love or come to mind. It's a little bit different than selecting records at a club night because I do have to think about the tempo and the structure and what is going to work in a fitness context. But, I think back to the ska songs that I love, the ones that get me dancing, make me want to move. Um, it's funny because the Wailers' Go Jimmy Go, that's one song I heard. And usually when I hear songs, I want to dance, but that one I was like, I want to do a burpee right now. And like a song that makes you want to do a burpee,
Whew.
that's, I had to do that routine. But usually it's just, the inspiration strikes. And then I've also had user requests. So people have asked, hey, can you do a routine to this song? And I've asked for feedback before. And that's really helpful too, because then people get to have, the song they picked and a routine to dance to or to work out to.
That's really cool. That actually reminds me. There's another person that dances, that does dancing videos, and I think, but she picks different bands that she likes and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool that you're open to people kind of like, because it works both ways. I mean, it's kind of a twofold thing, because then bands are going to start wanting you to dance to their song.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Are you on TikTok?
I'm not on
Oh
TikTok.
my gosh. You got to be on TikTok. What you're doing is exactly TikTok.
I've not entered that world yet.
it's it is, I mean, my teenagers TikTok all the time. Well, they don't make the TikTok, they're watching. And it's just like people making up dance routines to songs. And there's tons of ska, like anything that's out there already on labels and stuff. They already TikTok has it set up to where you can pick the songs, so they're already catalog of music.
Wow.
So you pick the song. We'll talk about it. We got to get you on TikTok, because I think I think that would kill.
Ooh, okay.
Um, yeah. So I mean, obviously, you've been around the music for a while, so you probably have also a pretty good idea of what's going to work and what's not going to work.
Yes. So I'd like to think in my years, I've been a record selector almost 20 years now. So I have, a pretty wide range of songs and bands, knowledge about them, always learning, always discovering more, but a lot to draw from as well.
Someone, Joystick was saying this would be rad at Fest in Gainesville, Florida. So there's another big festival. It's like a punk and ska festival. It's pretty huge, and it's called Fest. Uh, so we gotta start blowing this up.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think you would get a kick out of doing it on TikTok for sure, because it's like exactly you'll see. It's just tons of kids dancing, making up dances, like they're making up dances to songs.
Nice.
That's what made me think about it, because bands are giving you their music, and then you're dancing to it. I
Only
also,
bars.
only one. And then I love, also, I love the posts that you do, where you kind of show off a single.
Oh, my fashion at 45 RPM. Yes. Thank
Yes, that's so cool.
you. Yeah,
It's
that's
like the pose, then you get the video where it plays, and then you get the nice up front of the record. Uh,
yeah.
so that's pretty cool.
Thank you. Kind of, yeah, side project, art project.
Speaking of side projects, I hear that you have a new project. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, so this is so before when I was referencing user requests, it's been requests for, 1960s Jamaican ska songs, just songs they wanted to hear. But I found out that I can spill the beans a little bit today. So next Tuesday, I will be doing a ska fitness routine to a new release. This is the first time this is happening. The song is called Fish Dance, and it's written by Matt Gorney, who writes for Yo Gabba Gabba and the Aquabats and Bad Credit. And it's to accompany a new graphic novel, or for kids, but also for adults who like graphic novels, called Tubaloth of Goon Holler by Parker Jacobs of GoGo 13, and also with Yo Gabba Gabba. So I'm so excited to do this song. It's in the vein of traditional ska. It's voiced by Alex Desert and Greg Lee of Hepcat. And there will be a fish theme. So think fish dance, ska. I'm really excited.
Very cool. You can bring back some old 60s moves too, like the
I was thinking the swim. Might do some backstroke.
Oh yeah. The wheels are turning, huh?
So the official launch date is next Tuesday. It's April 20th. So look for it. It'll be on Bandcamp, and the graphic novel itself is being released on Simon and Schuster, I believe.
Oh wow.
Fancy.
Yeah. Well, we'll make sure to definitely put the share the posts and the links and stuff once that hits next week. But that's awesome.
Yeah. So I've got a busy weekend ahead of me.
You sure do.
I don't do it on the fly. I have to.
lots of thinking of moves. So what do you like? Do you actually write down your routines too? I'm sure you'd have to, right?
I do. At least I break down the song and then I start writing them, and then it doesn't make sense when I look back at it. So I try to film little clips as I go along. But I do write down the song breaks and then ideas. And then if I film it, then it helps me remember. And the fish dance, actually, so Parker Jacobs, he has the core essence of this dance, which I will do. And then I just make choreography around it. So that'll be a fun project, a fun collaboration.
Oh, that's so cool. I can't wait to see that. And I can't wait to see that graphic novel. That's going to be cool. So what else do you do besides Ska Fitness? You say you've been a selector for 20 years. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I collect and select primarily rocksteady and early reggae records. So even though I do Ska Fitness, my ska collection is not so large. I have some, of course, but rocksteady and early reggae are really my go-tos. I love it so much to play. And my DJ name, I go by Nina Reggae-delic.
And yeah.
I've up here in Sacramento, I had a night with my DJ partner Anne, and it was called Boogie a Go Go. So we had a couple residencies prior to the pandemic. In LA, I was one of the resident DJs at the Rocksteady Lounge, which also up until the pandemic was still going strong. But they've done some special events during this last year through Zoom and online. But yes, and I've DJ'd internationally too, so in some different countries, and it's
wow.
I love to do, and it's a way to share music and meet people in the scene all over the world, and hear I love, one of my favorite things about traveling to play is to hear the selections in other cities, and there are like the classics in that city, and I never hear it, in Los Angeles. So to know the different soundscapes of these places is really fascinating to me.
Yeah, that is cool. And there's plenty of selectors that are just trying to find that deep cut and
Yes.
and be that one that's playing something that nobody else is playing.
Yeah, definitely.
And those get harder to find and harder to find
Yes.
as the years go on.
It's tough out there. I don't buy too much anymore just because yeah, it's tough out there.
Yeah, Discogs, right?
Yes.
It's like very tempting, but there's some stuff that's super expensive for sure. So, I guess how did you get into ska?
So that happened. I got into it in the early 1990s. So that was a time when in American popular culture, like ska music was circulating, like it was a thing. So it was kind of at the very start of what is referred to as the third wave era, coming off of the mod ska scene in Los Angeles of the 80s. So Los Angeles, there was a ska scene at this time. And my brother was very much into music, not ska music, but he's the one who kind of planted the seed and told me about this genre. And I was in a Riot Girl band in the early 1990s. And one of my bandmates had mentioned, "Oh, you look like a rude girl." And I didn't even know at the time. I was like, "What's a rude girl?" Because I liked vintage clothes. I dressed, vintage, which was also popular in the Riot Girl scene. Um, and I did a little digging. My first albums were two-tone albums, and then I got Let's Go Bowling and Hepcat, and my friend, my rude girl mentor, who tried out for another band I was in with my brother, she is the one who really like pulled me in and pulled me in particularly to like the traditional ska scene. So more of the sounds of the 60s. And she showed me all the things about how to dress and, bands I should listen to. Our first show we went to together was the Specials with Let's Go Bowling at a venue
Oh,
in Dallas in Los Angeles. And yeah, that was just, I remember the minutia of that night because it was my first ska show. I remember what I wore, looking around, how do people dance? And yeah, I just started going to shows and then learning that the songs that Hepcat or Jump with Joey are playing, some of them are covers. So wanting to know the originals and working my way backwards. So I know that's a common theme for a lot of folks who come in through the scene route. So being in this world and then wanting to know more and dig a little deeper. But that's how it all started. So
now
and
that sounds very similar to my experience as well. Except I didn't have the advantage of living in California. So you were in the Mecca.
yeah, I was definitely lucky to have so much going on.
Yeah. But that's nice. I mean, you kind of got in at the right time, but then they started showing you everything. And so probably early on you had a bigger perspective of the original ska and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think, context definitely helped. So being in that world and, being able to find out about things quickly in a time that was pre Google internet. So thinking about how you come by information, it was a lot difficult if you weren't in a center for that. So thankfully, yeah, had some close friends and a good scene that helped me on my journey.
That's awesome. And of course you have a history with the ska scene also. You were in a couple bands in the scene,
Yeah.
and you got some pretty cool news going on for one of your bands. But let's see, you started off in a band called the Cover Ups,
Yes.
and tell us a little bit about that band.
So the cover ups were an all girl ska band. We were kind of a mixture, traditional two tone. There was kind of a multiple energies going on. We started, I believe, our first show was in 1999. So I don't remember when we actually got together and started playing. It was either 98 or 99. But we started playing in 1999. It was an 8-piece band. And we had a demo that came out. So first on cassette, when cassettes were still a thing,
Right.
and we did get a CD, so that was nice. But yeah, we had our self-release demo. We played some great shows, steady beat shows in Los Angeles. Um, so some memorable ones. We played Club Rough and Tough. So that was a steady beat night that happened in Long Beach. We played with the Rhythm Doctors, which were a great, boss reggae style band from Los Angeles. We've played with the Slackers. And then in our reunion that we did in 2013, we got to play with Hepcat at Slim's in San Francisco. And that was just like a dream come true. So yeah, it was really a formative part of my life being in a band with these 8 wonderful women. We had 2 vocalists, Chris Verso, Stacy Aguchi. We had 2 saxophone players, Sarah Lundeen and Amanda Kay. We had keyboardist Lauren Lepire. We had bassist Minnie Curhan, guitarist Gina Rodriguez, and then me on drums. So yeah, it was.
That's awesome. Of course you're a drummer.
Yes.
That's why you got that rhythm.
There you go. It all makes sense.
And who like were you guys influenced or had a specific mission to make sure that it was like an all-female band?
So it was. The founding members were Minnie and Chris, and they had this intention of making, this all girl band. And there were models in Los Angeles before us. So the Shanties, our guitarist Gina was in that band as well, and they were all women. So, having these role models, and also in Los Angeles was really special. So it was intended as like, women making music.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I'm thinking back of like the Body Snatchers
Yeah.
and stuff like that, where we don't. I think, gosh, I'm trying to think of. There's any bands right now? Girl Go Ska. Have you heard
Mhm.
of them in Latin America? They're the only ones I can think of right now. I'm sure there's others, but
I saw a post about I think they're Russian, an all girl ska orchestra. I can't remember their name. But
oh
yeah,
wow.
girls go ska. So there are some all girl bands still.
And I know in Japan, Oreska is big, and I think it's all female band too.
Ooh,
And
nice.
they're huge. They're huge in Japan. Like,
Uh,
yeah, ska music is just crazy in Japan.
I've been to Japan several times. So
Oh man, have you gone and done stuff?
yeah, and it's really, yeah, I've DJ'd there. I used to travel there for work. And yes, I've met, so the Dreamlettes, they're, a great band from Japan, with several women members. And yes, it's an amazing scene. It's an incredible place. And I really want to go back.
Oh man, that's awesome. Well, cool. So you had the cover ups, and then now, or I should say, after the cover ups, you have Tight Spot.
Yes, we had Tight Spot. So we were also an all girl band. And we were more of the boss reggae kind of sound. And we formed in 2003. And this included members from the cover ups, but we also had different members. So Sarah Lundeen now was on guitar. She also played sax, though, as well. Lauren was on vocals, Lauren Lapierre on vocals, Stephanie Rose on bass, and Nessa Rofredo on keys, me on drums again. And yeah, it was a short-lived band, but we were good. I thought we were good. It was so much fun to play with them. We had really great energy, and we got to play at the Blue Beat Lounge, so Chris Murray's weekly.
Oh, very
That
cool.
was special. But the exciting news was last year, or was it, yeah, it was last year. So I posted the video that was on YouTube of our demo, and Happy People Records got in contact and wanted to ask if we would be interested in releasing it on a vinyl single. I had to pinch myself, you know, after all these years to have an actual physical release. So got back in touch with everybody and everyone's on board. So it's coming out. The pre-release, the sale is already live. There are still black copies left. The colored have sold out, but on Bandcamp, Happy People Records, look for Tight Spot and you'll be able to place your order. I believe it's out in June. I could be wrong, but it's coming up. So
I'm actually going to put a link out in the comments for everybody so they can go directly to the Happy People Bandcamp and hit your album, Tight Spot. Time Heals.
yeah.
Did you go back and re-record it for this, or was the original?
The original recording. So our Spiro mixed and recorded us all these years ago. And it was this like scrambling, you know, emailing, like, do you have the files? And it all worked out.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
I thought we had recorded other things. Maybe we didn't. We had a dub version. So he had mixed a dub and that still existed too. So it came together.
Is that the B-side, or
That will be the
the
B-side.
dub will be the B-side? Okay. Man, that I can't wait. I'm gonna put my order in for that. Hopefully,
Awesome.
hopefully there'll be some left after this is. So I tell you what, why don't we take a listen to it?
Awesome.
So Time Heals Everything by the Tight Spot. Let's check it out right now. Here we go.
Time heals everything, or so they say. Lonesome tears fell from the sky when you got
And I'm back. I don't know why my camera takes a couple extra seconds to turn on, but that's how it is. So that was Time Heals Everything from Tight Spot. And you guys can look for that at the Happy People Records Bandcamp. Going back real quick to the Ska Fitness. How are things going with the Zoom classes?
It's a lot of fun. Join us, join us. So I started January 1st of 2021. This was like my goal. I'm like, I want to do more with Ska Fitness this year. I want to make it a thing. I've been so hesitant. Part of the reason, I mean, even just posting a video on YouTube, it was way out of my comfort zone. Gotten better with it. And then now with the Zoom classes, I've been teaching Zoom for the studio I work for here in Davis, but I wanted to offer an opportunity for folks who love ska music and who have gotten into Ska Fitness to connect. And it's so much fun. So every Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific time here on the West Coast is when we meet. It's free, it's fun, it's open to all levels. So you don't need dance experience, you don't need fitness experience. I demonstrate proper form. It's an hour-long class. Folks are encouraged to take breaks, work at their own pace, and just get moving. And I love it. It's been a really great way to connect with people. I've met a lot of nice folks, made new friends. So yeah, it's going well.
Yes.
We'll see.
I saw there's a new Facebook group that was created just a few weeks ago just to help motivate people to, I guess get more active, or just having a pep squad to help you in general with things going on with the pandemic and that's going on. It's hard on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Emotionally, and especially ones that are trying to be safe and diligent and stay at home like they should be doing, right? So this fish, I think it's called Pick It Up, Pick It Up.
Yeah, the founder of that group reached out to me to do a special Ska Fitness class for their group.
Yeah, I was really
Yeah,
bummed I couldn't make it on that one. I wanted to do that one. I think it was on a Sunday.
that one was a Wednesday.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right, Wednesday night, and I couldn't get on it Wednesday night. But I think that's pretty cool for you to kind of jump in there, and it motivates people to get out of their comfort zone,
Yeah.
because it's not easy, right, on Zoom, and you got like several other people tiled and everybody's trying to keep up and learn the dance moves. Do you have any beginners classes where you teach people the moves, or do you go through it first and show them?
First. So once we get started, we go for it. But at the start of each class, I demonstrate the basic moves. I explain my style of cueing. So it's mostly visual, two to the right, two to the left. Take it from the top. So once you get used to the cueing and I demonstrate the moves and form, it's, folks are encouraged to just dive in, and it might take a few tries to get like all the transitions, but you're having fun. And I think with the pandemic, just everyone's daily activities, not everyone, but most folks' daily activities change so drastically that just having a reason to get up and move, if it's just one song from YouTube or a full class, it's something to celebrate, to lift your spirit and get those endorphins flowing, get some energy.
Yeah, I just I made a poll that I sent out to the live stream, and the poll is: do you dance to ska in your home when no one is watching? And so far we have 100% yes, which is a couple people that I have yes, no, or I plead the fifth. So uh, don't be afraid to let us know. This is a safe space. Everybody dances to ska when nobody's looking. How else are you going to practice the moves when you get to the show,
Exactly.
right?
See,
And
watching all my videos, you get practice those moves, you'll be ready for the dance floor when things open up.
exactly. Ska Fitness will teach you the moves, and then you will be cutting a rug on the dance floor, and everybody will be like, "What?" So very cool. Well, let's see if I made sure I covered everything. I did. So, where can people find you?
So they can find me on YouTube, Nina Cole. I created my YouTube channel before Ska Fitness was a thing. I
Which
had
is right below. I put there's the text there for it.
and I also am Reggaedelic on Instagram from the Clancy Echo song of the same name. And on either of the no, on the Reggaedelic account, you can find information about how to register for Ska Fitness. In my dream world soon, hopefully next month, I want to start Boss Reggae Bootcamp Zoom classes as well. That's my little offshoot on YouTube, which is more of the typical kind of basic cardio, muscular endurance exercises. So that might be coming up if things go as planned starting in May. But yes, look me up, join Ska Fitness, and thanks for everyone who's tuned in today. Thanks again for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining me. And again, the takeaway here is TikTok. Got to do that TikTok. Let's see. David Mejia says everybody needs a Ska Fitness in their life. Thank you, Nina.
Yay! Thank you so much. A regular, become a good friend.
Maddie Macabre, great tune, Nina. Did you record that with the vintage kit?
Oh, yes. I used my 1969 Ludwig, which sadly I traded for a new kit. That's another whole podcast that I want to cry on. But
We could do a special one. R.I.P. the Ludwig kit.
yeah, it was regret. That is a regret.
And yeah, while the song was playing, I was gently nudging, like, when's the kit coming out of retirement? Like, we got the single coming out. Come on. So.
Yeah. Have to dust those drumsticks off.
Well, thank you, Nina, for joining me today on Ska Talk. Really appreciate it, your time. And in the true Ska Talk fashion, I completely did not write down who my guest next week is. So, as we do every week, I have to go search for it. I know it's a good one. Just give me 2 seconds. And it's right here. So, you guys ready for this? Next week, April 23rd, we've got Rob Bucket Hingley from the Toasters.
Good one.
Super excited. Or as my kids referred to him, Uncle Buck.
Oh,
Uncle Buck. Because he stayed at my house once for a week while we were working on an album with my band Rude King back in the day.
nice.
So they played Wii Fitness with him and hung out with him. But yes, Bucket from the Toasters next
Nice.
week on Ska Talk. Thanks again, Nina. And I'm going to end the video out playing your Ska Fitness video again for all those that came in later. So thank you guys. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next week. Bye.